Welcome to Scriptural Snapshots, brought to you by Living Faith Ministries in Kaiser, West Virginia, where we bring the living Word of God into your life. I'm Pastor Gordon Brubaker. I feel like I've been on this for weeks now, and we have, but we're talking about what God hates. And it's out of Proverbs chapter 6, verses 16 to 19. He says, 6 things the Lord hates, 7 are an abomination to him: a proud look, a lying tongue, hands that shed innocent blood, a heart that devises wicked plans, feet that are swift in running to evil, a false witness who speaks lies. We're going to talk about a false witness today. You know, the 9th commandment of the 10 commandments says, you shall not bear false witness against your neighbor. Isn't that simple? You shall not bear false witness. In other words, you're not going to tell tales about people. In the Jewish manner, Jewish culture, from what I understand, they don't like gossip at all, because gossip often is telling false tales. And they will not say anything negative about other people. You can watch this sometimes with Jews on TV, and they to get them to be really critical of other people is just really hard. Because it's ingrained in so many of them, particularly the religious Jews, to not speak evil of your neighbor, to not bear false witness. And unless you can actually confirm what you're saying, you shouldn't say it. And sometimes, even if you can confirm it, you shouldn't say it, because it's bearing a false witness. It's creating a thinking in other people towards someone when it may be false. And that is destructive. Dennis Prager, I quote him a lot, but Dennis Prager says, while goodness and compassion may be the most important values in the micro or personal realm, in the macro or societal realm, truth is even more important than compassion or kindness. Virtually all great society evils, whether African slavery, communism, Nazism, anti-Semitism, have been based on lies. There is only so much evil that can be done by individual sadists and psychopaths. In order to murder millions of people, vast numbers of normal, even otherwise decent people must believe lies. Mass evil is committed not because a vast number of people seek to be cruel, but because they are fed convincing lies that what is evil is actually good. When you start telling tales about groups of people, all white people are racist, all black people are ignorant, all Asian people are just committed to family and will sacrifice anything for family. When you start, it's like you get into where you have a type of culture that you are expressing. All black people think one way, all white people think this way. No, because people are people. One of the things that hit me when I went to Haiti, and we did a pastor's conference, and the first one I did, we were talking about sheep, goats, and wolves. And we were describing goats and sheep, how goats just like to butt everything, and sheep are just, they're easy to get along with. They'll follow the leader and do what, sheep, they just, they're better than goats, but sometimes they aren't productive. But anyway, we were talking about all these things, and I was using some examples of people, and the pastor started interrupting me and said, wait a minute, I've got this person in my church that does the same thing. And I'm thinking, no, you don't. They're in my church. And my lightning fast mind kicked in. People are people no matter what the culture is, no matter what the language is, no matter what nationality they are. People are people. And we forget that because we want to group people into certain categories. And so all people of that race, all people of that color, all people of that development of education, they all think alike. It's group thing. No, it's not right. It's not true. And when you do that, you are bearing false witness against your neighbor. You're creating an environment that just is not true. Poverty creates evil. No, it doesn't. You've had powerful people, good people come out of poverty. Well, wealth corrupts everybody. No, it doesn't. You've had good people that have been born in wealthy homes. But we build these stereotypes, and it's wrong because you condemn people. And if you teach that to the people born in that stereotype, you are condemning them to a life that they cannot break out of. That's bearing false witness against your neighbor. That's lying to them. That's deceiving them to where they have to think a particular way or they're really not who they think they are. And we've done it to so many people. Again, Dennis Prager says, when people testify falsely in a courtroom, there can be no justice. And without justice, there is no civilization. We need to learn how to speak the truth in love. I'm Pastor Gordon Brubaker. God bless you.